Okay, today we'll see types of testing. So right, the next one is right retesting and regression testing. Okay. So for example, right, testing only the bug fix, that's called as retesting. Checking the bug fix and the other functionalities, that is called as regression testing. Okay. Suppose you take the switch, right. There are three switches. Okay. in that, suppose you are testing and that switch. You found one first switch is not working, and you are telling to the person who repaired it. Okay, and what he does is he repairs the first switch. Okay, and you test it again. That is called as retesting. Okay, suppose when he is fixing, right, what he did is he took the second switch wire and gave in first switch wire. Now first switch is working, second switch is not working. So it's a duty of tester to not only test the first switch, to test the other fix also. So only fix is retesting, fix plus other functionalities. Okay, so that is the difference. Right? Next, hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello.
Yes.
Yes, yes, we can hear.
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, so right now, okay, smoke testing. These are all some basic questions, right? If you go for an interview, all these things basically they'll ask you. Okay, so you should not only tell a definition, you should tell with an example. Okay, you should understand and speak in an interview, right? So you should think in a real-time example, like you take any application, right, and you can talk, right? So same thing, you relate this with an example and you think and let me know. Okay, so first is right smoke testing. Okay, smoke is otherwise called as build verification. Okay, BV. Okay, so verification. Sorry guys, I concentrate on the concept, not on the spelling. Okay, just understand. Hope you understand if there is a spelling mistake. Okay, so my concentration is on the topic, not on the typing. Okay, the presentation part I don't concentrate. Okay, okay. So build verification test, right? For example, right? Okay, when you are a developer, okay, you wrote some code. I'm a tester. When you are a developer and you wrote some code, and I'm a tester. Okay, okay. When you are a developer and you wrote some code, and I am a tester, and you gave to me. Okay, so when I open the application, okay, I am unable to see all the links or unable to open all the links. How will I test? So it's the duty of developer to test the major functionality, right? Critical and showstopper. Okay, so that is called as Next is right sanity testing. The very first testing done by testing team. What they will do, major functionality, same thing, right? They will reject it and send back to. So that is a concept, right? So smoke testing generally, right? See, you should understand, right? So this is the difference. Okay, this is a simple difference, right? Okay, so that is a simple difference. So this, right, whatever answer is that, you if whatever answer you tell confident. Okay, so whatever answer, right, you tell confidently. That is the logic. Okay, so right, smoke is done by developers and sanity is done by the testers, right? So this is the general understand. Okay, next, right? See, compact browsers, OS, that's called as compact. Okay, that's called compact. One minute. I'll explain. Coming back to the topic. Okay, so that's called compatibility, right? Not only with that, okay, you should versions also. For example, Chrome latest version is 8.3. So you should check in all versions of Chrome. Okay, same with Firefox. Okay, okay, I so that's perfect. And different device like laptop, tab, then right mobile. Okay, like that if it is and different right, and okay, iOS, Windows, okay, Linux. So testing all this called it's called a compatible, right? Normally, right, smoke and sanity is a debate. Okay, see, I'm doing one thing, right? I'm creating something. Okay, suppose, right? For example, you can tell, right? I'm a developer, right? I'm writing one code and I'm giving to you. Okay, so my job is what is unit testing? Checking individual module. Okay, that is called unit. Okay, but in Smoke, you are not checking individual modules. You are checking only the major functionality. When you are doing Smoke testing, before giving to developers. Okay, so before giving Smoke is done before giving to developers, right? So suppose, right, you are preparing one project report, right? So before you are giving to your staff or your HOD or whatever in your college, right? You just go through once and you give, right? Same thing, right? Developers, what they do means before giving to the testing team. Okay, sorry. So before giving to the testing team, what they do means the developers will check this, that is called smoke. Sanity means stress testing after receiving the code. Okay, so after receiving the code, so they will who will do sanity testing. What they'll do, they do same thing. Okay, so suppose, right, you some developer is giving the code. You just don't get the code and give the testing team, right? If you are lead, right, you will test yourself. You are as a test lead, you are not going to check each and every part. You will check all the major is working or not. You don't want to waste your testing team time, right? So what you'll do, you just check all the major functionality, critical functionality is working. If it is working, you give to the testing team. Otherwise, you'll reject the code and send back to the development team. So that is the difference. Hello guys, you got it, right? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, 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 we got it.
Okay. So, so that's the question.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So any other questions? Okay. So this is a debatable topic. Okay. Smoke testing. If you search in like right. Okay. This is the thing. Okay. So next, right? Same thing, right? Example, right? Go to Google. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me, right? So you take this orange HRM. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you take this site, right? Okay, so this is one important functionality, right? Log into an orange HRM logo. See, if login screen is not working, how will you test the entire functionality? So this one is major, right? So as a lead, my work is to check whether it's navigating to the next page or not. Okay, this is one of the major functionality here. Log into an orange HRM. So I give admin password and click login, and I'll check whether it's navigating or not. I won't go for other test cases like checking valid, invalid, right? All these multiple combinations. I hope you, if someone knows like a writing test case, right? And I'll check each and every link is working properly or not. So that is called as sanity testing. Got it clear? Hello? See, I'll go
Yes.
and check all these links are working properly or not. My job is not to check each and every field. As a whole, it is working or not. That is what my job is. Hello? You got it right? What I'm saying?
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Both are same. I am thinking both are same. We are also same doing in smoke testing. You are
Okay.
saying same thing in sanity testing. In
See,
smoke testing also we are doing same, right?
see, you are checking in your point of view, right? See, yeah, you go to a shop and you are buying one mobile, right? You are the customer, right? You know that is a branded mobile. It's a new mobile, but inside, since you are paying money, will you check it or not?
Yes.
See, it's a new mobile, right? You can come to your home and without checking, you can bring, right? But instead, since you know it's a new mobile, but you will check, right?
Yes.
There might be a bug, right? So it's your job to check, right? That is what your job is, right?
We are doing same thing in smoke
No,
itself.
no, 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 no.
Then
This
what
is
the difference?
little bit. It will be in depth. This one is will be in depth. That's why I told smoke testing is done by development team. Okay, before giving to the testing team, and sanity testing is done by the testers. That is a real difference here. Okay, and after receiving the code, but it will be little bit deeper.
Sir, I have
Deeper in
one
the
doubt.
sense,
Like,
Hmm. Yeah,
sir, like smoke testing is also done by the testers before they do the in-depth
that's why I
testing for
see.
the application.
That's why I told, right. I know this for a very long time, right. It's a debatable topic. I told clearly, right. If you search, it's a debatable topic. I itself told. See, I know this. You are what you are going to ask, right. See, some will done by the told by the testing team. I told this a line. Right. So what you are asking, I told it before, right. So this depends upon the companies. Okay, what company they're following, their own different companies follow different strategies. That is what I told you.
Okay.
If you ask
But
me,
basically,
yeah,
but in interview, what we have to say on this
anyone you
topic,
tell,
like,
right? You tell this is what my I do in my company. That's it, clear, right? You tell either smoke testing is done by developers and testing team, or you tell we do both same by the testing team. That's it. So you pick any one answer and you be confident in that. That is what they're expecting, and they all know it's a debatable topic.
okay, 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 yeah,
Okay, so you pick any
okay,
one answer and you be confident in that. You be bold in that. That is what they expect actually. Okay,
yeah, sure,
see if you
yeah, sure,
search, see you search a lot of in Google or whatever, right? You will have different answers. You will get confused, right? But in my guess, see, I'm working for 12 years now, right? In now in what I was working one of our top companies, and we follow this one. I have almost trained, right, more than like 1,500 students now, and this is what we follow in our company in one of the top MNCs. Okay, so that is
okay,
what I can tell you, but I can't tell which company I was working, but I can tell, right, our company we followed this one. That's what I am telling here now. Got it clear? Hello.
yeah, 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 sure.
Okay, so that's why, right, you be confident on any one thing.
Mhm, yeah.
Okay, so that is one thing. Okay, next one is end to end testing. So we'll see different types of testing. Okay, end to end testing one complete example. Login search log. Login search. Okay. Check availability. So each one is one flow, right? Checking all the flow is working properly or not. Login. Okay. Search. So all these flows, right? You see, if you take ATM also, right? You go to ATM, insert card, okay, check balance and come out. That is one flow, right? And you go to ATM, right? Yeah, transact money and you come out, okay. And next one is you take a receipt and come out. So you deposit and come out. So each one is one flow, right? Testing all the flows are working properly or not. Okay, so all the flows are working properly or not. That is called as, right, end-to-end testing. So that is called, right. end-to-end testing. Okay. Next, right. Okay, testing application requires from sudden crash or not, right? So that is called as right recovery testing. Okay, for example, right, while transacting, right, on transacting an amount current window. Okay, whether amount is recovered or not. So that is called as recovery testing, right? So checking whether you can able to recover from sudden crash or not. So checking whether the application is recovered from the sudden crash or not. That is called as right a recovery testing. Next one is right reliability.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah,
Joshi. So recovery testing, how will you do that one?
pardon me.
Recovery testing,
Yeah.
how we are going to do that one?
See, normally, right? See, you know, right? For example, right? I'm talking in black box testing point of view. I'm not talking in white box testing point of view. Okay. See, you in
Yeah.
black box testing point of view, if you see, right? You transact the amount, right? And after you transact the amount, at the time of transaction, it's asking, right? You just wait for a few moments. At the time, current went, right? You make sure the amount is not getting detected or not. That is the first test case. Okay, next test case is
Okay.
if it is detected, it should come back in 2 to 3 days, right? Your
Okay.
money you should receive in 2 to 3 days. That will be a second test
Oh
case.
yeah.
Am I right?
Okay.
Okay,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
so
Exactly.
you should
Yes.
write test cases for that one, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you check, right,
Yes.
whether it can be recovered or not, whether it's coming back to your account or not. Okay, so all those
Okay. We
things you
will.
can test with the help of these are different names for those test cases which you write.
Okay. Fine. That means we need to try for the limited time period
Yeah,
for the
yeah, yeah,
transaction
yeah, yeah,
scenario.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Thank you. Thank
For example, right, you take calculator, you take calculator, right? You know 2 plus 2 answer is 4. Okay, but there is a big calculation, right? For example, 1,200 into some 350, right, plus some 550. You have some big calculation, right? You don't know that, right? So we are relying on this for this calculation. We are relying on calculator. So checking the application is trustable or not. Okay, so Sorry, I got spelling I miss badly now. What about relying? What's the spelling, right?
RELYING.
RELYING, right? Okay. I don't know why I'm missing the spelling badly now. Okay. So checking the application is trustable or not, right? So that is called as, right, reliability testing. Okay. So next one, right? So these are all different. So you should know the terms. So that's what my point is, right? So if you go like each one, they have one separate tools, right? For security, you have a separate tool. For performance, you have a separate tool. For checking an API, you have a separate tool. Okay. So there are a lot of tools, right, for testing each application, each types of testing. But since you are in a basic, right, you are learning the basic. So my point is you should know all these terms and what is the purpose. That is what we are seeing here. Example, right? You can tell, right? A lot of things. HTTPS, right? Okay, okay. Connection time. Okay. Then OTP. Okay. Then right. Then captcha. Right. You can tell, right? Lot of things, right? Then right. Um. Right click and disabled. Okay, antivirus protected. Okay, so a lot of examples you can tell. So security is a big ocean, right? So there are a lot of examples, right? Cut, copy, paste, right? Everything should be disabled. Copy, paste should be disabled for any secure related sites, right? Print screen, right? So there are a lot of examples, right? So all these things you can tell like security. So any banking, for example, any banking related sites, right? Navigating backside and seeing after logout. Okay, copy after logout. Okay, then everything, right? So everything, right? So all these things are your security. So there are a lot of examples you can tell. These are some basic examples. So security testing means checking whether the application is secured or not. So that is called as here security testing. Okay. Next one, right? Performance. In one word, if you ask me, right? So checking how fast is an application. Okay. So performance, right, can be classified load testing, okay, scale, and endurance and spike testing. Okay, so this one is response time. This one is right memory leakage. Normal time and peak time. Scalability means, sorry, this one is ah okay. System performance degradation. Okay, normal time and peak time. Okay, uh, longevity. Okay, sudden increase and sudden decrease. Okay, so all these things are yeah noticed. Okay, Google example. So how fast it responds? That is called as uh, load testing, right? And volume testing. Okay, so Facebook, right? Volume testing, right? Next, rest. So 10 lakh, right? 10 lakh users scripting continuously. What point the system performance, right, breaks down, right? So checking that is called as, right, stress. Okay. Scalability, right? The word scale means measure. Scale means measure, right? So this is, so that's called as endurance. Guys, hope you are clear, right? Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Yes, Judge. Yes, yes,
Well,
yes.
got it.
It's clear.
Okay. Okay, so all these things are, yeah, right? Spike testing. Okay. Next is, right, we'll finish these types of testing. checking front end and back end with SQL queries. Normally, DML with joins, functions. Make sure you are good in that. Okay. So checking the function, checking the tables, schema, constraints, data types. Okay. So everything, right? So all these things you do in your right validation part, everything. So all these things you will check in your right database. Okay. So front end and back end is connected, right? So that is called like okay. For example, use MySQL, right? Okay, so use MySQL and okay. So this is right. So this is database. Okay. Uh, Next other small things are there. Okay. Localization. Okay. So that is called as right localization. Okay. You example, you test any application. Right? See, you take this application. Right? So this is everything is in one language, right? See, it's everything is in Tamil language. Okay. So an application is prepared for one market, right? If you see, right, everything is in Tamil language, right? So you check this with one language, one particular market. Okay, so that is called as right, yeah, localization testing. And globalization testing is you search something, right? Right. You see different languages, right? For example, testing. Uh, you see Hindi, Tamil, English. You test with different languages, right? See, now it's changed. Language is changed, right? I search something. See, now the language is changed. So you check the application with different languages. Okay. For example, you can take ATM machine also. Okay. So this is right. Or Google, you can take. Like anything you can take, right? So now the point is we have to function and not. distinguish between functional and non-functional. Can you tell me what comes under functional? Can you tell me, right? So can you tell me what comes under functional and what comes under non-functional?
Yeah, functional testing is nothing but smoke testing, sanity testing, regression testing, retesting, and
Okay,
GUI testing, usability testing,
okay,
Function.
globalization, localization.
okay.
These are like functional testing.
Okay. Then non-functional.
Like performance testing, all loads testing, and
Mm,
there is one security
Yeah.
testing.
Usability
Then
testing.
no. That is under functional
Feasibility
testing.
testing.
Yeah, feasibility testing. Yes.
okay, operation
And
or process which happens in application, right? And non-functional, right? Other than everything for non-functional. For example, right? No, and dog. Okay, storage. Okay. Next is integration. Okay. All these things, right? All these things will come under function. Non-functional parts, security, reliability, right? Performance. Okay. Then right neutral, right? Recovery, okay. Maintenance. See all these things, right? All these things comes under, right? Localization. So all these things, right? So all those things it comes under non-functional. So you should be able to categorize which one is right functional and which one is non-functional. Okay. So that is it. That's it. Okay. So today we saw, right. Today we saw what is functional and non-functional. Okay. So these are all things we saw. Okay. So we started with retesting and regression testing. Okay. I told fixed and fixed plus other functionalities. That is called as retesting and regression testing. Okay. Then we saw smoke testing and sanity testing. Smoke testing, I told, right, is otherwise called as BPT, build verification test. As I told you, both cases you do major functionality, critical functionality, and showstopper defect. But sanity it will be a little bit more deep, and it depends upon the companies. Sanity will be something. Some companies they'll tell sanity is performed by testing team, and some companies tell, right, both is done by the testing team, and you take any one thing than tell. So what we follow is, okay, what we follow in what in my company follows, smoke testing is done by developers and sanity testing is done by testers. Okay. And next one, right, this is what I told. Then we saw, right, compatibility, checking with the different browsers, OS and hardware, right? Not only that, versions also check. Okay, 83, 84, all these things. So all the versions should be checked. Same with the Opera IE, everything. Okay, then you can take end-to-end testing. One complete flow is end-to-end. Okay, recovery. We saw recovery, recoverable or not. Reliability, trustworthy or not. Okay, secure, say it's secured or not. Okay, next one is how fast is application, and we saw different types in that load. We saw volume, we saw express, we saw scalability, we saw. Okay, and we saw endurance, we saw spike testing. Okay, so database testing. Okay, and localization, globalization we saw. Okay, and we distinguish between function, non-function. Still, there are other types. Okay, you can explore when you have time. Okay. So that's it, guys. That's the end of the tutorial. We'll see tomorrow. Okay. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, we can hear you, Joseph.
Okay, we'll see tomorrow. Okay.